Where should consumers go to get justice? In the case of Surabhi, as discussed earlier, the consumers are denied their rights. Such instances occur quite often in our country. Where should these consumers go to get justice? Consumers have the right to seek redressal against unfair trade practices and exploitation. If any damage is done to a consumer, she has the right to get compensation depending on the degree of damage. There is a need to provide an easy and effective public system by which this can be done. You might be interested in knowing how an aggrieved person gets his or her compensation. The consumer movement in India has led to the formation of various organizations locally known as consumer forums or consumer protection councils. They guide the consumers on how to file cases in the Consumer Code. On many occasions, they also represent individual consumers in the consumer codes. These voluntary organizations also receive financial support from the government for creating awareness among people. Here you can see a video.
अरे बेटा, एक पैकेट बिस्किट देना।
अभी देते हैं।
ये लो अम्मा।
6 रुपया।
हाँ? पर तो 5 रुपए लिखा है।
तो अम्मा 5 रुपया ही दे दो। नाराज काहे होती? तुम ऐसा करो, 4 रुपया दे दो। 4 रुपया।
जी हाँ, किसी वस्तु की कीमत MRP यानी लिखे हुए अधिकतम खुदरा मूल्य से ज्यादा न चुकाएं और हो सके तो मोल भाव भी करें। यही है समझदारी का सौदा।
If you are living in a residential colony, you might have noticed name boards of resident welfare associations. If there is any unfair trade practice meted out to their members, they take up the case on their behalf. Under COBRA, 3-tier quasi-judicial machinery at the district, state and national levels was set up for the redressal of consumer disputes. The district level court deals with the cases involving claims up to 20 lakhs. The state level courts between rupees 20 lakhs and rupees 1 crore. And the national level court deals with cases involving claims exceeding rupees 1 crore. If a case is dismissed in the district level court, the consumer can also appeal in state and then in national level courts. Thus, the Act has enabled us as consumers to have the right to represent in the consumer courts. India has been observing 24th December as the National Consumers' Day. It was on this day that the Indian Parliament enacted the Consumer Protection Act in 1986. India is one of the countries that have exclusive codes for consumer redressal. The consumer movement in India has made some progress in terms of numbers of organized groups and their activities. There are today more than 700 consumer groups in the country, of which only about 20 to 25 are well organized and recognized for their work. However, the consumer redressal process is becoming cumbersome, expensive, and time-consuming. Many a time, consumers are required to engage lawyers. These cases require time for filing and attending the court proceedings, etc. In most purchases, cash memos are not issued, hence, evidence is not easy to gather. Moreover, most purchases in the market are small retail sales. The existing laws also are not very clear on the issue of compensation to consumers injured by defective products. After 20 years of the enactment of COPRA, consumer awareness in India is spreading, but slowly. Besides this, the enforcement of laws that protect workers, especially in the unorganized sectors, is weak. Similarly, rules and regulations for working of markets are often not followed. Nevertheless, there is a scope for consumers to realize their role and importance. It requires a voluntary effort and struggle involving the participation of one and all. When we as consumers become conscious of our rights while purchasing various goods and services, we will be able to discriminate and make informed choices. This calls for acquiring the knowledge and skill to become a well-informed consumer. How do we become conscious of our rights? To take care of the consumer's rights, COPRA came into existence. The enactment of COPRA has led to the setting up of separate departments of consumer affairs in central and state governments. You might have seen advertisements on television channels regarding consumer awareness. All these initiatives are taken by departments of consumer affairs.
अरे बेटा ये क्या दे रहे हो? ये तो गुजरे जमाने की बेकार चीजें हैं।
ये क्या है? ये भी तो गुजरे जमाने की बेकार चीज है। इसके बदले इससे बेहतर और क्या मिलेगा आपको?
जी हाँ, हर दवा एक्सपायरी डेट देखकर ही खरीदिए।
ISI and AgMark. While buying many commodities, on the cover, you might have seen a logo with the letters ISI, AgMark, or Hallmark. These logos and certification help consumers get assured of the quality while purchasing the goods and services. The organizations that monitor and issue these certificates allow producers to use their logos provided they follow certain quality standards. Though these organizations develop quality standards for many products, it is not compulsory for all the producers to follow standards. LPG cylinders, food colors and additives, cement, packaged drinking water,